Have you ever looked back at a decision you made maybe when you were feeling really emotional and just thought, what was I thinking?
Oh, absolutely. Or even wondered why certain fears just feel so baked in.
Yes, like being scared of spiders or, the dark. It feels ancient.
Right. And there's a fascinating reason for that, which comes down to how different parts of your mind work together. Or sometimes maybe against each other.
Exactly. So today we're doing a deep dive, pulling insights from the Boole mind, consciousness, subconscious, and emotional bias. And our goal really is to explore this interplay between your conscious and subconscious mind, how they shape your judgment, your reactions, even those fears we mentioned.
It's kind of like getting a look under the hood, understanding your own operating system better.
Yeah, shortcut to figuring out why you do what you do sometimes.
And the key thing from our source right up front is this idea. Your mind isn't just one single entity. It really emphasizes these distinct conscious and subconscious parts. And understanding how each one functions isn't just, interesting trivia. It actually gives you a powerful way to understand your own reactions and patterns.
Right. So let's break that down. The conscious mind, that's where you're actively thinking, right? Making choices.
That's the one. It's where you decide, okay, I'm going to think about this, analyze it, and crucially, where you can choose to attach emotion to a thought.
Ah, okay, the choice part. That sounds important.
It really is because, according to the source, that ability to consciously add emotion, that's often what trips us up.
How so?
Well, think about it. When you consciously decide, I'm going to let this anger drive my response, or I'm going to wallow in this frustration, that's your conscious mind. And that's how you end up making those decisions that later seem, well, completely illogical. It fuels biases too, right? Like seeking out stuff that just confirms what you already feel strongly about.
Okay, so the conscious mind is busy thinking, analyzing, potentially adding all this emotion. What about the subconscious then? The source calls it very fast to act and says it doesn't deal with emotions. That sounds totally different.
It operates on a completely different level. Think of it like your mind's super fast reflex system. It processes things incredibly quickly, but without adding that emotional layer in the moment.
So it's not feeling angry or happy while it works.
Not in the way the conscious mind does. Instead, its main job is to record. It meticulously logs your reactions to things. It creates patterns based on how you responded, not necessarily how you consciously felt. It's like this silent recorder.
Okay, so one part is emotional and deciding, the other is fast and recording reactions. How do they actually work together, especially with something like fear? How does, say, being scared of spiders become such a real fear?
That's a great question, and the source offers a really clear explanation. These fears, they actually start in the conscious mind. Maybe you have a bad experience, or you consciously think something is dangerous. But, and this is the kicker, they only become those deep-seated, automatic, real fears when your subconscious records your reaction to that initial thought or experience.
So the conscious mind has the initial eek, spider thought, maybe with some fear attached.
Exactly. And then the subconscious logs that strong reaction, the jump, the fast heartbeat, whatever it was, it encodes that reaction.
And makes it automatic for next time.
Pretty much. The conscious mind tells the story, maybe a very dramatic one, and the subconscious basically writes it into your internal code as a fast response program.
Wow. Okay. So wrapping this up then, what's the main takeaway for you, the listener, from understanding this duality?
I think it's realizing that your conscious mind, precisely because it can choose to add emotion, is often the source of those decisions you regret, the ones that feel wrong time and time again. It's where biases can really take root if you let chosen emotions drive the thinking.
It's not the emotion itself, but the conscious decision to let it take the wheel.
Well put. And then the subconscious, this super fast recorder, isn't actually feeling the emotion then, but it's diligently noting your reaction to the emotion your conscious mind generated.
Which is how something that started as a conscious thought, like being scared of spiders, gets solidified into that almost instinctual real fear. The subconscious just replays the recorded reaction.
Right. So understanding this helps you see why your judgment might get clouded sometimes. It clarifies how these fears or maybe even negative patterns start consciously, but then get etched into your subconscious as automatic responses.
So a final thought then for you listening. How much of what you might label a rational or logical decision is perhaps actually driven by an emotionally charged thought process in your conscious mind?
Yeah, a process that's maybe setting up an automatic, deeply embedded reaction recorded by your subconscious without you even realizing it's happening. Something to definitely reflect on.